All right, guys. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee and Conversation. So today we have the pleasure of speaking with a great trader, a fairly new trader, a good human being, because I've met this person, I want to say 4 years ago, and just over the time seeing him grow into this monster of a trader. And I'm excited to share with you guys and have him talk about his journey and how he got into trading. What is his psychology in trading? And have you guys ask him some questions. We run a Discord group and you guys see him day after day slaying trades, going home with the 2K bag, going home with the 1K bag. One day he pulled a 5K bag in 20 seconds. I'm talking about the one and only Dibs Trading. So welcome, Dibs Trading.
Appreciate you, man. I'm glad you guys are here today. Hopefully we give you guys some good value and hope you guys learn through my journey, man.
Awesome. So Dibs, I want to start from the inception, bro. I want to start with how you got started in trading. That's the first thing I need to understand, because for me, I'm not even gonna lie, it was always a black magic thing, something that I couldn't understand or didn't understand. So I want to find out from you, how did you get started in trading?
All right, so to be honest, the way I started was I started in 2020, I think in February. So yeah, about 2020, and then I was on YouTube and I saw a random interview with some kid, some stock trader, and I don't want to say names, but young kid, bro. He was in an interview and he was just showing a live trade. And I'm looking at this kid and I'm like, I thought it was like a Ponzi scheme at first. I'm like, man, this ain't real, bro. Like, come on. How is this kid making thousands just like that? You know? And then, when he was, showing everything and how he got in and out of a trade live on the interview and showing his profits, I'm like, damn, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
And obviously it was like a promotion for his, his stuff. So I ended up joining it, learned a lot from it. And, once I saw how, the community was and how people are actually making good money off of it, I gave it a shot. And that's how literally all it started, man.
So, bro, that's kind of like at the peak of the pandemic, right? 2020. And then you're on YouTube and you're going down the abyss of YouTube, because I've been there and many of us have been there, like start going video after video after video, and you come across this. So what kind of sparked it? Was it to see this young kid being able to carry home 10K bags, 5K bags? Like what drew you to that?
One, bro, he was younger than me at the time, bro.
Okay.
And he was making a lot more money than me at his house. So I'm just like, bro, if he can do that, why can't I? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, bro, for the people out there, let's just let a little bit of I don't want to give them the exact age, but tell me in and about, are you over 30?
No.
Are you under 20?
Above 20.
All right, so we're right in the middle. So we're gonna say he's in the mid 20s, early 20s.
We can tell him.
All right, you want to go? All right, do it,
bro. 23, bro. I'm 23.
So you're 23, bro, and you are trading now. This is 2022. You're trading for about 2 years right now, and you're consistently profitable. Wow, that should be celebrated.
This year was my first year that at 2022 I started making consistent profitable gains and keeping my losses smaller than my winners.
Wow. Yes. That's awesome. So we're going to get into that, because I don't want to jump the process, because we want to know, like, okay, here this person is, Dibs Trading, 2020, in the midst of a pandemic, and he stumbles upon this idea of sitting at home and trading, which is the perfect time, by the way. It's almost like the perfect storm, because you couldn't go nowhere during the pandemic.
Exactly, bro. I was just at home looking at the charts and learning, as much as I could.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. So this is the thing now. Upon you starting in 2020, tell me about the journey. Did you start your first account with like $1,000? Did you start your first account with 50K? Did you start your first account with 10K? Like, how much risk did you initially put on in your learning phases?
So when I first started, I think I put in like maybe 2,000 at first and made a little bit but I was using Robinhood at the time, right? So I think I started with like 2,000, wasn't really going anywhere with that. And I got hit with the pattern day trading rule on Robinhood.
So
And
what is the pattern day trading rule?
so for day trading, if you want to day trade options, I think I haven't got hit with that for a minute, but I
It's
think
under 25, right?
yeah, but I think it's if you have under 25,000 account value, you can only do 3 day trades within a 5 business day period.
Yes, sir.
And when I first started, I kept seeing trades, and I wanted to trade, everything I saw. Um,
Yep.
and so like the first 2 days, I couldn't trade on Robinhood anymore because I day traded way too much. I never knew really how serious the pattern day trading rule was. Until I got banned. I mean, I wasn't like I just couldn't trade for, I don't know, I think it was 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
And so then once that happened, I had no idea about a cash account or a margin account, right? So we'll get into that a little later. So I have a partner of mine that I was like, listen, bro, this day trading can make us a lot of money. Let's go split half and get on a margin account. Let's start with like 25K. So we went half with that, and then we got the account to 25. I told him like, look, I could lose all this money, right? But
Talk.
I told him like, look, I can lose all this right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm best to make money, make us both money. So he's like, yeah, don't worry, we'll do it. I trust you, whatever. So the 25K, the beginning of 2020, I started with that. So this is the difference between cash and margin is if you have a cash account, you can only trade with what you have in the account. Or let's say I have $5,000 in the cash account. Let's say one trade costs me $5,000, right? My whole balance. No, let's just say 4,000, right? I take that trade for 4,000. I sell. I make $100 profit, right? I can only now that's my only trade for the day. I only have another $1,000 left to trade with, right? So
Right.
I can only the maximum amount of my cash in my account. I didn't know you could do that, right? So I jumped all the way to margin as a newbie.
Dang.
Right?
You're not even putting the toe in the water. You putting the whole body in.
I'm literally trying to get this money, man, right?
Yeah. So you're kind of trying. Your enthusiasm is leading you to try and get the money quick.
Yes, I was rushing it, right? So with margin, let's say I spend 5,000, it doesn't matter. I can keep going as much as I want.
Yeah, because now the bowling alley guardrails, they're off.
They're off. They're completely off. So I can do as many trades as I want with the 25K. I'm gonna hold the whole account, right? So I started. I was making a couple hundred a day, losing a couple hundred, making like 1,000. Next day, down 5K. Down 4K.
Max drawdown. So some days you would win 1K, take 1K out of the market, and you feel like, yo, I'm the man. And then the next day, the market's like, hey, Mr. Dibs Trading, yo, give me back 4.
Everywhere, bro. My first year.
So let me talk to you a little bit about that, because I think that's very interesting for us to recognize, right? So as a beginner trader, and you seeing that trades are basically manifested every second in the market. Opportunities are there every second in the market. And no matter if you feel tempted to get that trade, catch every trade, it's almost like it's not Pokemon, right? You can't catch them all. You can't catch them all. So you go and you start chasing these different trades because you see them and you're saying, okay, I could profit off of this. And say you go now and you're all right, I got 1,000 today and I lost 4,000 today. As a new trader, could you tell me how that played on your psychology?
Messed me up, bro.
Oh my God, bro. Talk to me.
Bro, it's like you said, bro, when you win a nice bag and one day you're like, you think you're the shit. You think you can, take any trade and make thousands, bro, millions, right? But nah, bro, like it's all discipline, bro. So that messed with my head for months. I would be
Wow.
like, I'd be like, wow, bro, I just lost like 5K today. Like,
Like big
up
man
like
salaries.
dude, I'd be up 2-3K for the week, and then on a Friday, the riskiest day, the 0 day to expiration on Friday, I would lose 2,000 profit plus like 5K, 4K, bro. It would be so fluctuating through my first year, and that was my big.
And you know what's the thing that I realized, bro? Those Friday losses are always the worst because you have the weekend to marinate on them.
Oh my god, bro. The whole weekend just to think about what did I just do, bro?
Yeah, what did you just do is so true. And I think that's a very important emotion to experience as a first year trader because you know there's a thing that I love to say because I read this quote and it just resonated. The stock market is the hardest way to make easy money.
100%. It's probably the roughest journey, but it's a very big mental game. That's what
Yeah.
you gotta know. And that first year, my biggest mistake that I would tell anybody is before you start trading with money, first don't use margin off rip. Use a cash account. You can start anywhere from 1,000 to. This is the thing. You should be able to trade with the money you're willing to lose because just have a mindset you're going to lose the money in the first place, just so you know you're willing to lose it. You know what I mean? But before you actually trade with real money, I would really educate yourself. That's my biggest mistake. If I educated myself from the beginning, bro, I would be killing it for 2 years. I'm on my 3rd year now, right? And I'm getting consistently good at it right now. I'm not the best by no means, but I'm definitely way better than before, 100 times better than before, right? So educate yourself on how the market works, paper trade, right? So you can trade with fake money and it'll be real time, maybe a little bit delayed, but you could trade with fake money in a real market on Thinkorswim. There's other platforms that do it. So paper trade at first and get your edge in the market. And once you have your edge in the market, then you can say, okay, let me actually put real money in now and try it out myself. But make sure you are comfortable with your strategy, back test it, and once you get a good curve, go for it.
All right, so that's perfect. That kind of segues exactly to where I want to go because I feel as though many times we live in a instant culture or instant society right now where everything has to be done right now and everything, all the gratification has to happen instantly, right? So you spoke about having an edge, learning a process, finding the process that works. Let's talk a little bit about the importance of that. So when in your trading journey, this is your 3rd year of trading, when would you say you found your edge, your process?
I would say probably my 2nd year towards the end of it. I found a really good strategy that worked for me. There's so many strategies in the market, man. I've tried so many different ways to trade. And I'm not saying, I mean, yeah, a lot of other ones I believe are better than others. But you just got to find what works for you. You know, what makes your account grow. That's literally all that matters. You know what I mean?
Right. So, okay, let's talk about that. What are some of the strategies you tried before?
So one big one that a lot of people use is the orb strategy that we talked about. So that's like the breakout of the first 15 minutes. So for the first 15 minutes, every 5-minute candle, anytime after those first 15 minutes, whatever side it breaks out to, let's say the high was $200 for a stock, right? For the first 15 minutes, the highest one was to $200 a share. The lowest one was 198. So when it got to that high later on with volume, if it broke that high, I would get in calls. I would get in long because that's showing that the momentum is trying to break that morning break, that morning high, that range, right? So that was one strat that I used, or obviously to the bottom side too. That was one that works pretty well, depending on how the market is, you know, because markets are always changing and you kind of have to adapt. That's the main thing with finding a strategy that works in your market. Also, another one I used to use was I still use it. I mean, I use the orb every now and then, and I also use pre-market high or low. So if the stock breaks the pre-market high or low intraday, it should make a move. You know, if it breaks the high of the morning, if the buyers are there, it'll rock it. Or other side, if the sellers are there at the bottom of pre-market, the pre-market low, you could short it. That was one that also was pretty good. That was a good strategy in 2020. For sure, 2020, that was a good strat. But now my main one that I use is rejections and bounces, right? So if I'm bouncing, I usually go for buying in demand zones. And if I'm rejecting, I look to sell at supply zones. And for everyone who's new, it's going to sound, crazy. You don't know what I'm saying, but these are just the strategies I use. We could talk about more of them in depth later on.
All right. So basically, I'm understanding that you're more a trader as opposed to an investor. And I think that's one of the things that new traders get confused with from time to time, right? Investing is a total different beast than going in there, getting your daily bread and your money, right? So investing is sometimes more long term. It could be like 5-year horizon, 10-year horizon. You're looking at the fundamentals of the company. You're saying this company is a good company. It has good books, or it doesn't have good books. This is why I won't, or why I will invest in them. So when Dibs is talking about open range breakouts, and he's also talking about supply and demand, he's using it as a trading intraday setups. He's not trying to stay in a stock, say 5 hours. Am I right or no?
Yeah, bro. I've been trades for seconds to minutes max.
Whoa! So what's the longest trade you've been in, bro? Except for your swings, because we obviously could talk about swings separate.
That's a tough one, bro. Because I've taken some pretty. If I have really high conviction on a play, bro, I'll stay on that for however greedy I'm feeling. To be honest.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too, because that's a big factor.
Maybe 2-3 hours tops, but I wouldn't recommend that at all for day trading. But 2-3 hours tops, I've been in a trade, right? But I mainly stick to few seconds to minutes, 1 to 2 minutes tops in a trade, and I'm out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're not even waiting for the candle to even fully form, bro. If you're looking at the 5 minute, you're not even there for so long.
Well, I'm looking. It depends where I'm looking at, right? If it's like an EMA that I'm trying to bounce or reject, I'm gonna go in for that. If I see some sellers or buy, like if it's going towards my bias, I'm gonna enter it. So I'm quick, bro. Yeah, I'm quick with it.
Wow. That's even something new for me, because sometimes I'm in trades for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, waiting for it to go my way or whatever, So you're basically in it for these quick scalps of seconds to little bit of minutes. So this is the big thing, right? When you're profitable as you are, and you're going in for these seconds move or these millisecond moves, how much size are you putting on?
From when I started to right now?
No, right now. Okay, you know what? Actually, let's start with when you started, because there's a gradual growth.
That's when I started. Bro, you don't even want to know what I started with, bro. When I first started, bro, I was going here I start with $1,000 in one trade to, bro, like 15K.
Wow. Whoa.
Not for anybody, bro. That's not the way. It's not the way to do it.
Hold on there. Let me just stop and let this resonate with our guys here. So you're saying when you started, you put 15K, bro, on one trade.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
It was very bad risk management, when I first started, and then I would do way too much than I was supposed to, right? It's recommended that you do around anywhere from like 10 to 20% of your what your capital is. That's how I at least trade with. So once I got to realize what risk management was and how I should size my trades, 10 to 20%, right? So right now, It depends on how much of a conviction I have. Sometimes I go 30%, but anywhere from 3,000 to maybe 20K in a trade. Just depends. 20K, if I go 20K in a trade with options, I have really, really high conviction on the trade.
Wow. So you're really sizing up into these trades.
Yeah, but on average around 5 to 10K, I'd say.
Okay. So this is the thing now. What is the emotional bias now, or how is your emotions when you're putting on a trade for 5K and then putting on a next trade for 20K? Because me personally, I've never put 20K on the table at any given time. So I want to know how it feels.
So when I first started, bro, doing sizing up like that, my heart was beating up my chest, bro. Like,
ooh,
once I click that button, bro, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like sitting there like, damn, dog. I have 20K on the table right 20K now. On the table, bro. And honestly, when I first started doing that and I had a really good setup, I would see how quick the profits would come with higher size.
Yeah.
I take that shit quick.
Oh, okay.
Because when you're sizing up, when I size up, I don't like holding too long. I like taking that money fast. Because you're trading with a lot.
A lot of risk is on the table there.
Right. And gradually as I
think about it. Hold on. Let me I'm sorry to keep harping on this. So basically you have a used car on the table.
Yeah, no, pretty much.
You have a used car on the table.
Yeah, but the thing is with it is when you're disciplined and you know your stop loss and you have a strict mentality with it, it's not as bad. You don't if you're comfortable with that amount that you're risking. I'm personally comfortable now with the way I trade.
Yeah.
So I don't really when I'm in a trade now, bro, I'm not itching or like, oh my God.
Yeah, I've had that experience before.
I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the buyers and sellers. I'm looking at the tape. I'm like, okay, is this trade gonna work out or not? You know what I mean? If I see it out my way, I cut it. Cut it.
No emotion.
No, none, bro. I'm straight on the screen looking at what price action does. That's all I do.
And I think that's super important to recognize as well, because I used to do that a lot too when I began. I used to trade with a lot of bias. And I would completely ignore what was punching me directly in the face with the charts. And I would say, I think this stock's going to do it. I know this stock's going to go down.
Yep.
I'm just going to share briefly one of the experiences I had. I remember I was in an Amazon trade at one point, and Amazon, I bought a put, and then I saw like Twitter feeds going off. Amazon AWS was down, and I was like, yeah, it's going to be great. And then Jeff Bezos with the divorce, I was like, yeah, Amazon's going down. And you know what happened? Amazon ran up 50 points. So sometimes you have these biases, and because your ego or your mind just says, I have to be right. It's that need to always be right that sometimes gets traders in trouble, right?
That's how I blew my account, bro, when I first started.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's almost like when you start trading more frequently, it's just what you said. You're watching the charts, you're seeing the data that's presented in front of you, and you're actually just reacting on the data you're seeing in front of you, as opposed to you going into the market with a bias and you say, I know it's going to do X, and then the stock ends up doing Y.
Yeah, no, you can't have personal bias, bro. That's what I did all the time, bro. I think, oh my God, I think Tesla's the best stock, bro. And I'm like, I'm gonna go long right now. They just came out with their whatever series that day, and the pre-market crazy run up, bro. Crazy run up news, right? So at open, I'm like, I'm gonna get in right at open. There's gonna be so much people buying this now because everyone saw the news and the pre-market, all the institutions are buying it up. So I'm gonna make bank on this. I'm gonna just go buy $1,000 calls right now on Tesla, bro. Can't do that, bro.
All right.
Because the market's probably about to dump. You never know. Market could have going around. Just because Tesla has some good news, that don't mean the market's gonna follow that.
Exactly.
Right? So
exactly.
I don't like having a bias at all on anything, right? I go based off news, and if there's news, I'm not gonna chase that high right away. I'm gonna wait for the stock to pull back and get in on a better entry than most people. Like,
Yeah, you're waiting for the digestion of that news.
Yeah, so like as you get more experienced with trading, you're gonna realize how retailers are trading, and then how the big people are trading, like the institutions, hedge funds, right? So I changed my way of trading compared to a lot of people, because most retailers will trade orb, will trade pre-market high, pre-market low. And I'm not saying they're bad strats, but I personally like trying to buy in different zones is what my edge is. And personally, the risk to reward compared to other strategies that retailers use, it's unbeatable, bro.
All right. We're going to dive into that a little bit. We're going to dive into that a lot, actually. So with you doing all these trades now, and you said you shifted and you don't have a bias anymore, I want to kind of harp a little bit more on that, because as humans, we have the ability to always stereotype and have a bias. So how did you, being so young too, how were you able to shed that, bro, in trading?
Blowing two accounts, dog.
Yeah. you felt it through pain, right?
Pain, bro. Dude, all the pain. I think I blew my account, bro. I lost a lot of money when I first started. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It wasn't easy, bro.
That's what we want, bro. We want honesty, bro.
Bro, I think I lost more than like 20K when I first started, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. And I was young, bro. And this was like obviously, like I said, my partner. Oh, so this is a funny story. When I that account I made when I told you guys earlier that I had a margin account that I had with a partner, half, we split it. I think we're at like 25. We started with like 26,000 just so we could day trade. I could day trade in the account. I was the one trading everything. He just had faith in me. I think in a couple months after having that account, it went from 25K to 30K, and then all the way to about $12,000. Yeah, and at that point, the person who was with me, they're like, "Yo, just give my money back, bro. Like whatever's half of it, give it back. I'm done. I'm done with you." Like, listen, bro. I'm like, look, bro, I can do this. Just I've learned a lot from these losses, bro. Let me what's the word? Let me outdo myself. Let me show you that.
Yeah. Let me prove you want to prove yourself. Yeah, because remember, like trading also embodies that part of the psychology, right? It's like we don't want to ever be wrong as human beings, and also we want to belong. We want to show that we could do it. So every trade win is like a confirmation to our ego or confidence that, yeah, Dibs was right. And you know what? Because you're right, I'm going to give you this much money.
Yeah, bro. It's a big thing. So he left. I gave him his half back. I was stuck with like 6K.
Jeez.
Yeah, but this is when I knew about cash account, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So I after he left, I'm like, yo, how am I gonna trade now, bro?
Which let me say, big props to the investor too, because listen, it's not easy for people to put money in somebody else.
100%.
So if you had an investor to start, that was great too, you know?
Oh, that was blessing. 100% blessing, bro. But I don't blame him for leaving, bro. If I gave someone that much money and they lost,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'd be out. So I don't blame. I'm like, listen, bro. Ask my boy.
And bro, I don't want to go too far into it, but that's another pressure too, right? Because you're not only messing with your money trading, you're playing with somebody else's cash.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
People die for stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's the money's root of all evil, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it ruined relationships, but thank God, we had
that's what's up.
A commitment at first, like, yo, you could lose this, so I don't want to hear you crying if something happens. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you can pull out anytime. I'm not much. So he left, and that was my determining factor, dog. I ain't playing no more, bro. Yeah. I am playing more. And I got a cash account on that 6,000. Grew that 25 up to 25, 20, 25K.
Woo!
Blew it in. Yeah, I was up and down, bro, all the time. think I blew that later on in 2021. Started over again, and then after those losses, end of 2021, I really found my edge in the market. My mentality wasn't there though, like my discipline wasn't the best. But towards the end of 2021 is when I really got the hang of it. You know, I got my trading strategy down, and then 2022, where we are now, God bless, it's been good so far. Fingers
Even
crossed.
in a down market?
Oh, bro, if any clear direction down, you can make crazy money, bro. Probably this down market's probably been like the most profitable I've been, bro.
Right. You know, I have a friend of mine that said that too. I think, oh yeah, he's on the call now, Echo. I think Echo is the richest person in a bear market I've ever known. Like he's made so much money in a down market. It's ridiculous.
Wait,
So let's go about that now. So you talk about having discipline. What is the importance of discipline in trading? And what are some things that you do to be disciplined?
I would say discipline is probably the biggest thing. You have to be disciplined in trading. If you're not disciplined, bro, it's just throw your money into like a pot, bro. Like you're just gonna lose it all, dog. If you're not disciplined in trading, bro, it's the worst. You have to be mentally ready when you're trading, day trading, right? You try to have good sleep as well. That's very important. Because when you have a good, clear mindset in the morning, you'll be on your toes on your trading. You'll be able to cut quick, you know, trade properly, and get in and out of trades well, and have a good plan. So discipline is a very important thing, right? Discipline that consists of knowing how to size your trades, right? You don't want to be stupid and trade all your money in your account. That's not going to do nothing good for you. It's going to help you with your stop losses. You need to know when to cut your losses. If a trade doesn't go your way, you mentally have to be disciplined to know, okay, I need to get out. Or if this trade's looking really, really good and you're making money, all right, am I getting too greedy? Is this trade
Too greedy? Yeah, it works both ways. Yeah, you're so right.
both ways? Am I getting too greedy in this trade? Should I take my profits? You have to be very mentally driven into trading. Discipline is very key.
And you know, that's a valid point too that you're talking about. You're talking about on the winning side and on the losing side, because I've known people to be up 1,000% or 300% on an options contract,
right?
And don't take the profit. What more you want than your money being flipped 3 times?
It's ridiculous, bro. 1,000%.
Money being flipped 3 times. So it's like, okay, when do I walk away from the casino? I can keep playing the slots, but I'm going to lose it all. And the psychology of losing it all hurts more than if you had a loser from the get-go. If you had a winner and it becomes a loser, it's a worse feeling.
It's the worst, bro. So that's definitely discipline's very, very, very important, man. Without discipline, it's not gonna work out. You have to be very. But honestly, when you're starting, you're gonna see how discipline plays a factor. Once you actually put your money in the game, that's why I don't suggest putting a lot of money at first. Like I said, do with fake money, and as you're growing as a trader, you'll see what I mean by discipline. You're gonna feel the discipline. You're gonna feel like, all right, I need to work on this. I need to work on that. What am I doing wrong? And that's what built my discipline as a trader, is all the losses and all the, just reading the market and how my trades go to play. That's what really built my discipline as a trader. So it's a lot of experience as well when it comes to trading.
Right.
100%.
It's a screen time. So no matter how many YouTube videos or how many conversations and coffees we have, it's kind of like you have to put your feet in the water and start experiencing it for yourself. But what these forums do and these conversations do is make you realize that you're not alone in your journey. Like, you feel like this is something you're experiencing for the first time, but you have 8 traders on this call right now that are at different stages in their trading career, and you could reach out to them and be resourceful, because Dibs right now, he's going home with an average of say 10K a week, but you heard his story. It didn't start 10K a week. And that's important for us to understand, right? The person's journey, the hero's journey, as they call it.
Yeah, 100%. And now, well, before I would try to go for maybe $100 a day, and then when I'd make $100 a day, I'd end up with 500. And
Yo, all right, bro, chill, bro.
no, I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to make. I'd be like, I'm at 500 for the day now, and that's what messed me up because I would want more every day. I'd want to make 500 a day, 600 a day, and my account wasn't to the size that would do that.
Oh,
you know what I
mean? Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I'm not gonna. I'm being honest. This is what messed me up. So instead of going for a percentage every day, for me, I like going home with the set amount. So my goal, it all depends on your account size, how much your account's worth, right? If your account's, I don't know, 10,000, go for maybe 10-20% of that a day.
And that's big. That's big.
Dude, that's huge. $100, $200 a day. So you try to go for 10-20% of your account value. Don't go for more. You could, but that's just being greedy, bro. Like, you can't ask better than for 10-20% a day.
And
you know what I mean?
And then you're making that same money in seconds.
Seconds, bro.
People would have to work traditionally 10 hours sometimes to go home with X amount, and then on top of that, maybe they don't get their full amount, and then the taxes get taken out, and then after that, they got to work it, and they don't get the money instantly. Trading is basically, you see the opportunity, you take the trade, and you become profitable, and you can withdraw that money same time. Or if you have the debit card from TD Ameritrade, you could withdraw the money right away. So there's no huge exchange of time for money anymore. That's how trading ends up buying a lot of people their freedom.
And you got to take advantage of it.
And you have to take advantage of it.
Greed. This is easy. No, I wouldn't say easy money. It's fast money, but you gotta play it smart. You have to play it smart. Greediness in this game will eat you up and spit you out. Like, literally.
Definitely. So I think that was a great conversation. I'm going to open up the floor to you guys. I hope you guys have some good questions. I still have some more questions, but for the sake of time, I'm going to open it up to the entire team and see what you guys have, what participants. So if you guys have a question, just unmute and ask away.
I guess, Adib, I'm gonna go. This is Sergio. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the question, man, because I mean, I've been trying a few strategies, dude, and I find sometimes, like you said, it's about adaptability. There's certain situations that one strategy will work, where another one will not. And so I'll give you a good example. Is I think last week, as soon as the price dropped into supply, I would take the trade, and then I would be profitable. But then liquidity would dry up, and then that same play would, I would see a trade breakdown and just keep dropping. So I guess you're doing bounces and breakouts.
Bounces.
And does that really work for you? I mean, it's a dumb question, but it needs to be asked.
No such thing as a dumb question, bro.
No, it's not a dumb question. Bro, in the bear market, especially last 2 weeks, just seeing the market, how aggressive the selling was, my main strat that I put in the chat was I reject pops, right? So when we're seeing a clear sell-off in the day, and you could see they're just dumping, down, you're going to see these little pops. The buyers are going to be like, I need a little bit of a bounce here, right? They're thinking it's a bounce. Or honestly, it's probably algos and it's probably market makers creating an artificial little pop. And my strategy, how do I tell it's fake? One, there's going to be low volume on that pop up. And then two, if you just read the charts in the bear market, you're going to see that it always goes on the 1 minute chart. It goes to the 9 EMA either will reject off the 9, where I would honestly have my initial short, my initial reject, and then it may pop to the 21, but it'll never pop above the 21. It'll just get shot right back down. So then at the 21, I would add more contracts. Even though I'm down a bit, I would probably double up on that second one if I see strong sellers on both EMAs, right? And then you'll just watch that shit flush all the way down, break the low, repeat over and over and over again. So you really have to read what the market sentiment is like. And then once you get that sentiment, you know to play bounces or rejects. So if it's showing a bullish sentiment, the stocks are going up, and it looks like it's going to continue, you're going to look for bounces. Other way around, if it's going down, you're going to want to look to reject pops. So to answer your question, yeah, bounces and rejects have been, I honestly started it late last 2021. And I think it was probably the best, just because it's been such a clear direction down the last few weeks. And now it's bounce time, bro. It's been straight, green days. So I've been bouncing a little bit now, but it's hard to transition from such a bearish mindset to now being bullish. That's why my sizing has been a lot less big. It's not as big because it's a weird shift. And I don't know how long we're going to hold, but it looks pretty strong. But yeah, I definitely love bouncing and rejecting for sure.
Yeah, but now, Adib, I mean, so just to confirm, so you're saying that you go into a trade, and when the trade is going your way, you size in.
If it's going my way, yes, I size in, but I also have to watch the level 2. I have to see the bid and the ask. If I'm rejecting, I want to see sellers stacking up at a level that I want to take again. And if I see the size is just stacked up and people are hitting it, selling, I'm going to add more. And also look at the times and sales as well to see if the big boys are really selling here. And that'll be my confirmation to add to that trade, even if it's losing. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of rejection, because you have a lot of room to add, because how much farther can it go when you're actually trading it at a supply or a demand zone? You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I muted myself by accident.
Oh, I was like, what's happening here? Sergio, you have any questions? Because I saw you unmuted too. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Dib.
What's up, Sergio?
What's up, man?
Sergio is the genius that took your Neo play, by the way.
Oh, Sergio who took it. Nice.
Okay, a simple question. I'm on the market like you, like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just playing stock, right? I'm started like 1 month ago with options.
Mm-hmm.
So what your recommendation for me for the beginning with the options?
So you just started options. When did you say you?
What's up?
When did you say you? Oh, hold on. When did you start using options?
Like 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. I always play with the stock, and
So
I don't see too much movement with the stock. To take a games, take it too much time, man. Sometimes
Okay.
I take a profit in short time, but I like the options. I like the option is the money came more quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how much you're trading with, to be honest. But the money you have in your options account, is that money you're willing to lose?
Yeah, sure.
Like you won't go bankrupt to go crazy if you lose that money, right?
No. I'm putting my money from the shares like 1 years ago, and I say, okay, that's it. If I lose everything,
Okay. No, no.
it's
As long as
okay.
it's money you're not willing to lose, that's good. So are you trading how many when you trade, how many trades have you taken with options so far?
Three options with
Three options.
Neo. Yeah, three options.
Okay. Have you
Been successful, by the way. So I don't want to put Sergio's business out there, but the man's on a green streak himself.
That's really good. That's really good. What was I gonna say? So I would recommend you if you already know how trading is, how options work, keep going at it, but try to go in with a size you're comfortable with, like 10 to 20% a trade of your account. Don't go more than 10 to 20. And if you're getting a trade, make sure your stop loss is very strict on your stop loss, right? So let's say you're taking a Neo trade. The trade is, I don't know, $200 to enter the contract, right? Let's say you're going long on it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. So I would do this. If it's a Neo trade and a contract's $200, right? I would probably go for 20% of that. So make 40 bucks on the trade. And then I would probably set my stop loss at 5%. Well, it's hard to say when it's a size like that, to be honest. Maybe Nico can help you with that one, but
Yeah, so like for a good response, I would say, Serge, is follow a process, learn a process. So it's kind of like what we always talk about is learning how to fish. You know what I mean? I think as a new trader, if you focus on a process, you will master that process. And regardless of what market it is, once you develop a faith and a trust in that process, you're always going to be profitable. So that's what Dibs was talking about, his EMA strategy. He trusts that process so much right now, he could play that process in both ways.
Okay.
So I think that's the most important thing for a new trader. It's not really about sizing. Hey, listen, if the process is good and you've tested and tried it, go 50% if you want, because you know that process works.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not really too good at giving percentages of how much you should take home and not. That's what I'm not really good at deciding, because everyone has a different kind of
risk profile. Yeah.
Everyone has a different mindset. That's why I kind of wanted Nico to answer that, because I got stuck. I'm like, I don't know how much.
We got you. Bro.
Thank you, bro. So I don't know how much you should cut out or how much you should, trade with.
Yeah.
But like he said, you have to find your strategy. You don't even have to trade. You could look at the market and just look and see how it moves, and then kind of keep watching it, see how it moves, and then you try with your real money, and then you can feel comfortable with your sizing. But obviously, try to cut your trade if it doesn't go your way. Try to make it a good cut. You know what I mean? Try not to lose more than 10%. I would say 10% of your trade. I would say cut it if it's more than 10. Just get out of it.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's
thank you, Sergio.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important, guys. I'm going to just reiterate that, because I've been around people that basically started with a 1K account, and in 1 month they have flipped it to 2,000. So that's 100% flip, right? But what happens is that psychology factor comes into play now, and they start getting overconfident and cocky. And that could be the damage to make them start losing, because what happened, it's if the Pee-wee team never loses, when they go play against the junior team now, it's a different ball game, right? Because your account. What are you saying, Serge?
Why are you talking about me, dude?
No, actually, Serge's story is even more incredible. Serge actually flipped his account from $700, I think, Serge, to 3.9 in a month.
Yeah, that's right.
3.9 in a month. So this is definitely possible once you understand the process and start executing the process. You could start with $900. You could start with $1,000, wherever you're comfortable with. But the key is to learn your strategy, learn your process, and just have faith in it and execute on it.
100%. Couldn't agree more. That's the key. You have your edge, and
Yeah,
once you
have your edge. Yeah.
once you have your edge, then you'll figure out how to size up and
Exactly. Exactly. Because what's going to happen is, Serge, if you don't mind me talking about you, the surge at the surge at $700 account size is going to operate different than the surge at $3,000 account size. You get what I mean, guys? So when I say that, what do I mean? So if you have a $1,000 account, let's take for example, you're trading maybe Square, Apple, AMD, these smaller groups of stocks that only cost $100 to $200 per contract in options. When you start becoming profitable and you're seeing the money now, oh ho ho ho, the Nvidias look more appealing, the Teslas look more appealing, the shops look more appealing, where those contracts are higher, but they're higher premium costs, but they give you faster money. What Sergio likes, right? They give you faster money. So the Tesla contract, if you buy that, holy crap, you could get $500 in a second. Like what Dibs is talking. He's in his trades seconds to 1 minute. So that's what we're talking about, growing and the psychology and having that strategy, that edge. You want to have that edge throughout every account size.
I could give one advice to Sergio. If you're not sure what your edge is in the market, if you have Ameritrade, I think you have TD Ameritrade, right?
No, Sergio's using Robinhood right now.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Serge. Get off Robinhood if you're day traded, bro. It's not the platform to use for day trading. Sorry to say, I used it. Worst decision. Just because if you're trying to day trade and scalp, you want to be in and out instantly. Usually, you want to be in and out quick. With Robinhood, it's so bad with execution. Like with Thinkorswim, you could at the click of a button, you could go in and out right away. So what I was gonna tell you is you could still do this. Get a Thinkorswim account, sign up with the Ameritrade, and then download their app called Thinkorswim, which is their platform for trading. And use paper trade. It's where you trade with fake money, but it's like real time. So like when market opens at 9:30 on your paper trade account, market will move the same way market's moving now. It'll probably be 15 minutes delayed, but you're getting, you know what I'm saying? You're still trading with the market, but you're trading with fake money. You can start with 200,000 fake money. And then if you have a strategy that you like, whether it be the orb strategy that I told you about, the break of the first 15 minutes, whatever way it breaks up or down, you take that trade, all right? You can do that with fake money. You can also trade pre-market high breaks, pre-market low breaks. I'm telling you, there's thousands of strategies on the market. You just have to really study and find the one that works the best for you, that makes more sense to you, that like this strategy makes a lot of money, it works 8 out of 10 times it works, and then test it out with paper trade. And then once you really, get the hang of how the sizing works with fake money, then you go in with real money and try it out. You get what I'm saying? You're muted, by the way, but I think you said yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, paper trade's a blessing, bro. If you don't know what strategy works the best for you, if you don't want to risk money, if that makes sense.
But I gotta risk it for the paper.
Yes, sir.
Gabo, talk to us. Any questions? I'm gonna unmute you real quick.
Yes, Dibs, what's the website you use to read the market?
The website I use to read the market?
Yeah, or to see the charts.
Thinkorswim. This is the one I use. Thinkorswim charts. So I'm actually looking at it right now as we're talking. Thinkorswim.
Okay.
These are the charts I use for Thinkorswim. I have 2 monitors. These 2 I look at the indexes, so SPY and QQQ. And then I have this one where I have my active trader here. So this is an active trader I wanted to tell you guys about. You could buy market, you could sell market with the click of a button. You could buy at the ask, join the bid, you know, how many contracts you want to trade. So if I click auto send and I buy market or whatever I want to do, it'll fill me in a second just with the click of a button. So it's way better than using Robinhood or even mobile, Thinkorswim mobile. It's very slow for day trading. It's not the recommended way. But yeah, Thinkorswim charts I use pretty much all the time. You could use a TradingView, but if to pay for TradingView, I mean, it's good. It's a really good platform. But I personally don't mind Thinkorswim charts. I'm used to it, anyways.
Okay. Thank you.
So let's talk about that a little bit. That's a good point. So when you sign up for a TD Ameritrade account, you actually get access to that Thinkorswim profile. Yes, Thinkorswim platform that Dibs is talking about, which includes charting, the execution, it has scanners and all that stuff in there. So a lot of times, for me, it didn't connect with me. The GUI, the user interface wasn't like the most friendliest, but it works good for a lot of people, and a lot of people use TD Ameritrade solely for Thinkorswim solely for the charting as well. So as Dib said, you have TradingView, you have Trend Spider, you have Thinkorswim, you have E-Trade Pro. Any one of the brokers right now, you have eSignal that provide charts.
Yeah, a lot of free and paid ones, and it's just all your preference, whichever one you want. But there's a lot.
So the main important thing, though, in regards to this charts and these platforms that allow you to see the charts, is you have to pay for real-time data. If you don't sign up, I think TD Ameritrade bakes it into your fees. That's why you pay a fee for the options. If you don't sign up for real-time data, all your charts will be delayed.
Oh yeah, when you're signing up, make sure you get the real-time data. For Thinkorswim, I think Nico's right. It's free. You don't have to pay for Ameritrade at all. But make sure when you sign your account, you click real-time data, so it'll give you live data. And when you're buying contracts, like let's say you buy a Tesla call, you're gonna pay, I think the starting 65 cents a contract with TD.
5 cents a contract, yep.
So it's 65 cents a contract to buy that contract and the 65 cents to sell it. The reason it's so high is most likely to what he said. They're probably, they're trying to make their money off their whole platform. It costs money to run and maintain. But you could, once you really get into trading, I mean, 65 cents realistically, if with the money you could make from trading is worth the fee. Obviously, when you're trading with more volume, you don't want to pay 65 cents in and out. That's almost, over $1. That's $1.20, a little bit more, $1.30, right? So you can talk your fee. You could talk to your broker. Once you're trading on their platform a lot, you could call them and be like, hey, look, I need my fees lowered. I'm trading 10, 20 contracts a trade, and you guys are taking all my profits. So I need it to be lowered down to 50 cents, 40 cents. You could negotiate it down, so the more you trade, I wouldn't worry too much about the fees for now if you're starting off, but later on it adds up and you can obviously negotiate it with your broker.
Bet. Juancito, you want to touch and come up front and ask any questions or?
Yeah, bro. Of course.
This guy is the man, the myth, the legend.
Man, I'm babysitting right now as I listen to you guys. I'm very intrigued by it because I so as Sergio, I started trading 2 years ago. My main things were American Airlines. I bought in American Airlines like at $12. And I got to see it go all the way to 20, and then I got to see it right now tumble itself to $13 again. So that's like basically my biggest trade there, and I left that money run. But like I see you guys talking at work, and like I see the motivation, especially on Leston's face every time he sees the green candles, is freaking amazing. So I just, get like emotion about it and see that it's something that is you could work on, and like this is my first call, so I'm really listening and seeing what kind of percentage I could designate to, like Dib said, and make sure you're gonna lose this money and not worried about the money, and then go upon that. I had one question. Do you guys work with like penny stocks at all, like that? Like, how in trading it's like, oh, the penny stocks, you could hit a lick off of that and make like good money off of them, or when it's options, they don't really look at those?
That's a good question, bro. Because when I started with when I got up, I signed. Oh, Nico put me on this website called Black Box. So it's like a flow algo. So Black Box shows you what you could put the filters on for whatever stock you want. It'll show you how much people are buying, like big boys. Like you could see you could set your filter to $1 million orders, half million, 1,000. It's pretty much all the flow. And there's also a section on there that shows you penny stocks. And they have like buy and red signals, whatever. I started doing that just because penny stocks are such volatile things, man. Like they'll move $1 and they're so cheap. You would think you could put like 40 grand into this and make, I'm saying, 100%. And I did that, and I went in these trades with margin. Dude, I made a shit ton and then I lost a shit ton. It's probably, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend penny stocks just because it's such a pump and dump scheme.
Yeah.
And it's something that can really be manipulated with someone who has billions, bro. You could
it moves up and down too quick.
That's why I don't recommend penny stocks, especially day trading, bro. You could get murked. If I had to give it a simple term, if you're going to the casino, you're playing blackjack with a dealer that's a hacker, bro. Like he's just
that knows what card is gonna come out next, basically.
Yeah, it's literally like
that.
I
get you, bro.
So I don't do penny stocks, and definitely not with options. Don't do that with options because those contracts, I don't even want to know how they move. But with options, we only trade high beta stocks.
Yeah.
So ones that have
like big known names, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. Ones with liquidity. That's the main thing.
Okay. All right, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, bro. I know that you're probably a very busy guy. Taking time on a Saturday to talk to all of us is pretty cool, bro. Appreciate that.
Want to help you guys, learn as much as you guys can. So it's all good, man.
For sure, bro. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Echo Don, you want to step to the microphone stand, or you good?
Yo, what's good, man? How you doing, guys?
Good, bro.
My man Adib, man. Trading. Adib's grown his account, man. He came a long way, man. So big up to Adib, man. Proud of you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
No doubt, man. You inspire me, man.
Love, bro. Love.
But like Adib said, man, in the bear market, man, you can make way more money, man, because we know the market. And that just shows you the importance of trading with the trend. And in the bear market, there's only one way it's going, and it's going down. So you may not get it in the day or the hour, the minute that you want. That's the thing with trades. You can't force it to go the way you want, even if the fundamentals and the technical show it, because a bounce can come out of nowhere. And we've seen that with Tesla. We've seen that with like so many stocks. We're just waiting for that drop, and then all of a sudden it bounces out of nowhere. The buyers come out of nowhere and they just buy everything. But overall, though, the trend is going to follow. It may not be that day, but it may be a few days. But that's why you should get expirations out at least a few weeks, if not a month. Trading weeklies, it's good, but you want to give yourself time. Sometimes time for the stock to move. But like Adib, if you trade like Adib and you scalping, hey man, go with the weeklies. He only in there for a few seconds, a minute, out of there. You know what I mean? But yeah, always follow. Never trade against the trend, man. No matter how much you love the stock or you're into the stock, and don't, like Nico said, you got to get your emotions out of it, man. You got to be like a mercenary, straight up sniper, stone cold, just in and out. You got to accept your loss. If it's losing, hey, it is what it is, man. Just get out.
Or lesson, just a lesson. Take it on the chin.
Yeah, unless you're in like a leap or like you got 2 year out, you know, expirations, and all right, you trade it like a stock, but you know, don't take your chances on the weeklies, man. Hoping that it's going to come back. I lost a lot of money just hoping, you know what I mean, and
You'll
it's
get burned.
it's not worth. Yeah,
Yeah, so like Serge and I would always joke, there's no such thing as hope and faith in trading.
at all.
If you have hope and you're having faith, you lost. Just get out of it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is what Echo was saying about don't fight the trend. Like I think last week, or I don't know what day it was, I was still in that bearish mindset because we were still in a bearish channel on the indexes on SPY, and we were down a lot, right? And then we were ripping pretty big pre-market, and then in the morning at open. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this is still in a bear market. I have to reject at certain levels that are coming up. I don't know. I think it was like 440 or something. But there was so much strength in the morning. I was going against the sentiment, and I got caught in a complete bounce, bro. In my mind, I'm like, what did I just do? I rejected at 440, and they just shot it up to 442 or whatever the level was.
Yeah.
So you have to really watch the pre-market and the morning sentiment, or you'll get clapped. You have to
Straight up
with the trend. If you're not, I got ran over, but that was my mistake. I fought the trend and I got stung. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens, man. It's all of us, man. It happens, man. Yeah.
So to round things up, guys, thank you guys. I want to ask Dibs 2 questions to end the entire thing. The first question is, what is your biggest green day?
I think my biggest green day on the day trade was, I think, 6,000, I think.
6K in one day.
Yeah, and I think 6.
And then, all right, since you're a man of time, 6K in 1 minute. I'm just thinking.
I think that trade was probably in the first hour, but that trade itself that I made like 4 or 5K, and I think that day was a couple of trades I took, but I think the big winner on that day was like 4K on Tesla. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. Was probably not more than like 2-3 minutes.
Wow. So they're talking about $6,000, ladies and gentlemen. And
yeah, I'm not going back to work, guys. Sorry, man.
6 minutes. I mean,
y'all gonna have to look for somebody else.
I'm just saying. And then the ugly face, of course. What's the most money you've lost? What's your biggest red day?
Probably, bro, 4K, maybe 3 to 4K, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, want to big you up, bro, and give you thanks, praise you, and wish you the best on your trading journey. Thank you for taking the time to speak with all of us. And, we get to talk and have these conversations, man.
Anytime, guys. Thank you for guys joining today. I hope you guys learned something today. And, I'm excited. I can always do more of these. If you guys want lessons, whatever, man, I'm always here. So thank you, guys.
Definitely. And then we have our Discord group. If you guys want the link, just shoot me a message and I will definitely invite you to the Discord group. All right, guys, be blessed.
Love. Peace, guys.
Take care, guys. Peace.